Ladies and gentlemen, today I want to share a powerful truth that has the potential to transform your life. It's simple, yet profound. God has already worked it out for you. And all you have to do is trust His plan. Now you might be wondering, how can I say this with such confidence? After all, life has a way of challenging us. We face obstacles, we deal with uncertainty, and sometimes it feels like the weight of the world is pressing down on our shoulders. But I want you to remember this. Everything that has happened, everything that is happening, and everything that will happen is already part of a greater design. You see, the universe is governed by laws. Laws that are far beyond the scope of human understanding, but they are laws nonetheless. And one of the most profound of those laws is the law of alignment with your higher purpose. It means that when you align your thoughts, your energy, and your intentions with what is meant for you, you begin to see the bigger picture, the plan that has been unfolding all along. Many times we get caught up in our doubts and our fears and the stories we tell ourselves about why things aren't going the way we expect. But here's the truth. The divine order of the universe is far greater than our limited perception. What we can't see now, what we can't understand today, is all part of something magnificent that is unfolding just for you. Your life is being meticulously shaped by a force that is beyond time, beyond circumstance. Trust that the difficulties you face are not random. They are stepping stones, experiences that mold you, refine you, and prepare you for something greater. Each challenge is an invitation to grow, to expand, and to realize your full potential. What seems like a setback today may very well be the catalyst for a breakthrough tomorrow. And this is where trust comes in. Trusting the process is not always easy. In fact, it can be one of the most challenging things we face as human beings. We want certainty. We want to control every detail. But here's the beauty of it. When you let go of that need to control everything, when you surrender to the process, you open yourself up to a flow of possibilities you couldn't have imagined. Trusting that everything is unfolding as it should creates a sense of peace. It allows you to take your hands off the wheel and allow the journey to carry you to exactly where you need to be. But you have to believe it. Belief is a powerful force that's the foundation upon which everything is built. Your thoughts, your emotions, and your actions create a resonance that communicates with the universe. When you believe that God has already worked it out for you, you begin to attract the experiences, the people, and the circumstances that align with that belief. And here's the key. Your belief isn't something passive. It requires action, not in the sense of effort, but in the sense of alignment. It requires you to live as if everything is already working out. It requires you to wake up every day with the certainty that you are in the right place at the right time, even if you can't see the final outcome yet. This is where your true power lies. When you align with the understanding that the universe is designed to support you, when you trust in the timing, in the plan, you are no longer at the mercy of life. You become a conscious co-creator with the divine. So, today I challenge you to step into that trust. Let go of your need to control. Let go of the fears and doubts that have been holding you back. Know that everything is already working in your favor, even when it doesn't look like it. God has already worked it out for you. Your job is to trust the plan, to align your energy, and to believe with every fiber of your being that the best is yet to come. When you do this, your life unfolds in ways you never thought. You will experience peace amidst the storm, clarity amidst the confusion, and joy amidst the trials. Because remember, it's not about the struggle, it's about the trust. Trust the process, trust the plan, and trust that God has already worked it out for you. Trusting the process is one of the most profound yet challenging aspects of the human experience. It requires surrendering the need for immediate answers, immediate solutions, and immediate outcomes. In a world where we are often told to take control, make things happen, and force progress, trusting the process asks us to do the opposite. It asks us to lean into uncertainty, to have faith that things are unfolding exactly as they should, even when it doesn't feel that way. The process is not always visible to the human eye. It can be difficult to see how each step you take, each decision you make, is contributing to the bigger picture. In the midst of life's challenges, it can feel as though things are not working out, or that you're stuck, or that you're making no progress at all. But trust means knowing that even when you can't see the results right now, the foundation for something greater is being laid beneath the surface. The human mind often operates from a space of impatience. We want what we want when we want it. This drive for immediate gratification can cloud our ability to trust the journey. We get frustrated when things don't go according to our timeline, and we question whether we're on the right path. But trust isn't about having everything figured out. It's about knowing deep within that the steps we are taking are leading us to where we need to be, even if it doesn't make sense in the moment. There's a beauty in letting go of that need for certainty. Trusting the process requires you to stop looking for immediate results and start appreciating the subtle signs that are guiding you forward. It's about understanding that some of the most important lessons in life come through challenges, setbacks, and even detours. These moments teach us resilience, patience, and adaptability, which are qualities necessary for growth. When we trust the process, we give ourselves permission to release the burden of having to control everything. This doesn't mean we stop acting or stop making decisions. It means we stop trying to force outcomes. It means we recognize that sometimes the best thing we can do is allow things to unfold in their own time, without pushing or striving. There is a deep sense of peace in letting go of the need to control the outcome. We start to understand that what is meant for us will come when the time is right, and all we have to do is remain open and present in the process. The beauty of trusting the process is that it allows space for the unknown. When we let go of rigid expectations, we open ourselves up to new possibilities. Sometimes the journey we envision for ourselves isn't the one that brings us the most fulfillment. Trusting the process means being willing to embrace the unknown, to move with the flow of life, and to trust that even when things don't go according to plan, they're still working out in our favor. It's a reminder that the process itself is just as important as the destination. God has already worked it out for you. This statement holds a profound truth that transcends time, circumstance, and even personal understanding. Often, we find ourselves entangled in the belief that we must figure everything out on our own, that every solution depends on our own effort, planning, and timing. But in reality, there is a greater force at work, one that operates beyond the limits of human comprehension. The idea that God has already worked it out invites us to step back and recognize that much of what we experience is part of a much larger plan that is not bound by the restrictions we place on time and space. When we trust that God has already worked things out, we begin to shift from a mindset of worry and control to one of surrender and faith. It's easy to get caught up in the daily stresses of life and feel as though everything is up to us. We often face difficult decisions, setbacks, and circumstances that seem beyond our control. But in those moments, it's important to remind ourselves that the struggles we face are not signs of failure or random chaos. They are part of a bigger picture. God's plan is always in motion, even when we cannot see it or fully understand it. This requires us to step out of our limited view and embrace a higher perspective, one that acknowledges that everything is unfolding according to a divine timing. Life often presents us with challenges that seem insurmountable, moments of uncertainty, and times when it feels like we are walking in the dark. But even in those times, we are not alone. The divine hand is always at work, guiding us, shaping our experiences, and providing the opportunities and lessons we need to grow. It is easy to lose sight of this when things aren't going the way we expect, or when life doesn't unfold in the way we imagined. Yet when we look back on our lives, we often see how every encounter, every seemingly small decision, has led us to exactly where we are meant to be. Recognizing that God has already worked it out for us allows us to release our need for control. It means we don't have to figure everything out on our own. We can trust that the journey we are on, even when it seems unclear or challenging, is part of a process that is guiding us towards something greater. This is not about passivity or inaction. It's about trusting that what we need will come at the right time, and that we are supported every step of the way. It invites us to act with confidence and peace, knowing that we are not navigating life alone. This trust in God's plan doesn't mean that everything will always be easy or that we won't face struggles. It means that we are never truly lost, even in the midst of adversity. The plan may not always look the way we think it should, but it is always unfolding in a way that aligns with a higher purpose. When we trust that God has already worked it out, we begin to let go of anxiety, fear, and we allow ourselves to move forward with the understanding that we are being led and that the challenges we face are not obstacles, but opportunities for growth, refinement, and preparation for what lies ahead. Aligning your thoughts with your higher purpose is one of the most powerful shifts you can make in your life. Every action, every choice, and every experience begins with thought. The thoughts we hold shape our reality, our perceptions, and ultimately our outcomes. When we consciously direct our thoughts towards something greater than ourselves, something beyond our immediate circumstances, we begin to align with a higher purpose that is already working for us. This alignment is not just about focusing on the end goal or the desired outcome, but about tuning into the deeper sense of why we are here, why we are experiencing what we are experiencing, and how we can serve the greater good. To align your thoughts with your higher purpose, you first must understand that you are more than just your physical body, more than your job, your relationships, or your past. You are a soul on a journey, and there is a reason for every experience you encounter. The challenge lies in recognizing that your purpose is not something you have to search for in the external world, but something that exists within you. It is the essence of who you are, the unique combination of talents, experiences, and perspectives that only you can offer to the world. When you align your thoughts with this deeper sense of purpose, you tap into an infinite source of potential. And the external world begins to reflect that alignment back to you. Often, we get caught up in the day-to-day grind, focused on tasks, deadlines, and the opinions of others. We get distracted by fears, doubts, and external pressures which pull our thoughts away from what truly matters. But when you learn to consciously guide your thoughts toward your higher purpose, you begin to move through life with clarity and intentionality. You start making decisions that are in alignment with your core values, not just based on what others expect of you or what seems the most practical. This shift in mindset is incredibly powerful because it brings you into harmony with the flow of life, allowing things to unfold naturally and effortlessly. Aligning your thoughts with your higher purpose is also about embracing the power of positive thinking. It's not about ignoring the challenges that come your way, but about framing them through a lens of opportunity and growth. When you see every situation, no matter how difficult, as a chance to learn and grow, your thoughts become aligned with the belief that everything in your life is serving a greater good. This mindset attracts solutions, opportunities, and people that are aligned with your true path. However, aligning your thoughts with your higher purpose isn't a one-time event. It's an ongoing practice. It requires consistent effort and attention. It means being mindful of the thoughts you allow to dominate your mind and replacing those that do not serve your highest good with those that lift you up, inspire you, and remind you of your deeper mission in life. This alignment will not always be easy, as there will be moments of doubt, fear, and uncertainty. But the more you strengthen your connection to your higher purpose, the more you will begin to trust in the journey and the unfolding of your life's path. When you align your thoughts with your higher purpose, you become a magnet for abundance, joy, and fulfillment. You stop chasing things that don't truly matter and begin attracting experiences that resonate with your soul. Your energy becomes aligned with the universe's energy, and you start to see synchronicities, opportunities, and people who are meant to support you on your path. The more you stay aligned, the more the universe reflects that alignment back to you in ways that are often beyond your imagination. Surrendering control and embracing the flow of life is one of the most transformative practices we can engage in. It may seem counterintuitive in a world that teaches us to be in charge, to make things happen, and to take full responsibility for every outcome. Yet true peace and fulfillment come from recognizing that we cannot control everything, and that often the best course of action is to trust the process and allow life to unfold as it is meant to. The act of surrender is not about giving up, being passive, or resigning ourselves to fate. It's about releasing the need to micromanage every detail and instead aligning ourselves with the natural flow of the universe. In life, we often find ourselves trying to control outcomes, trying to predict the future, or trying to make things happen according to our own timeline. We place expectations on ourselves and on others, and when things don't go as planned, we can become frustrated or anxious. But when we constantly fight against the flow, we create resistance. resistance that blocks us from receiving the blessings and opportunities that are already on their way. Surrendering control is the antidote to this resistance. It means trusting that the universe or God is always guiding us, even when we can't see the full picture. It's about letting go of the constant need to have everything figured out, and instead embracing the belief that we are supported even in the unknown. When we embrace the flow of life, we stop trying to force things into place. We allow ourselves to be present in each moment, fully aware of the opportunities that are right in front of us. Surrendering control doesn't mean we stop taking action or making decisions. It means we act from a place of trust rather than fear. We stop trying to manipulate every outcome, and instead, we focus on doing what feels right in the present moment. This opens us up to a world of possibilities that we might have otherwise missed if we had been too focused on our own rigid plans. There is a profound sense of peace that comes with surrendering control. When we let go of the need to control every aspect of our lives, we free ourselves from the anxiety that comes with trying to predict the future. We stop worrying about what could go wrong and instead trust that whatever happens will ultimately serve our greater good. This trust allows us to move through life with grace, even when things don't go as planned. We start to see challenges as opportunities for growth, rather than obstacles to overcome. By surrendering control, we shift our mindset from one of resistance to one of acceptance, and in doing so, we invite more peace, clarity, and joy into our lives. Embracing the flow of life also means being willing to adapt. Life is unpredictable, and things rarely go according to plan. When we cling too tightly to our expectations, we limit ourselves and close off the possibility of new opportunities. But when we surrender, we open ourselves up to change. We begin to see life's twists and turns as part of the journey, rather than something to fear. We start to trust that, even if we can't understand the reasons behind certain events, they are leading us exactly where we need to go. Surrendering control doesn't make us weak or passive. It makes us stronger and more resilient. It allows us to live in harmony with the natural rhythms of life, and it enables us to tap into a deeper source of wisdom and guidance. When we let go of the need to control every detail, we begin to align ourselves with a higher power, trusting that everything is happening for us, not to us. Challenges are often viewed as obstacles, difficulties that we must overcome in order to reach our desired destination. But when we change our perspective, we begin to see that challenges are not roadblocks. They are opportunities for growth. Every challenge, no matter how difficult or uncomfortable, holds within it a lesson, a chance to develop qualities like resilience, patience, and strength. Life doesn't unfold in a straight line, and the path to our goals is rarely smooth. The bumps, the detours, and the setbacks are just as important as the moments of success. In fact, they often play a more significant role in shaping us into the person we are meant to be. When faced with a challenge, our initial reaction may be fear, frustration, or doubt. We may wonder why we're being tested or why things aren't going according to plan. But what if we shifted our mindset and saw these moments not as setbacks, but as catalysts for transformation? The discomfort and struggle we experience are often the moments that push us to expand beyond our current limits, to break free from old patterns, and to move closer to the person we are meant to become. Instead of avoiding or resenting challenges, we can begin to embrace them as opportunities to evolve. In the midst of a challenge, it's easy to get caught up in the negative emotions and the desire to escape the discomfort. However, when we can pause and reflect, we realize that every challenge carries with it the potential for personal development. It's through these moments that we learn to be more resourceful, to think creatively, and to tap into inner strengths we may not have known we had. Every time we rise to meet a challenge, we become more capable, more confident, and more aligned with our higher purpose. Challenges also teach us the importance of persistence. It's easy to give up when things get hard, to throw in the towel and walk away. But the true rewards come to those who are willing to keep going, even when the road is rough. It's through persistence that we learn the value of hard work, of commitment, and of pushing through difficult times. The people who achieve greatness are not necessarily the ones who face no challenges, but the ones who face challenges and keep moving forward despite them. It's not the absence of difficulty that defines success. It's the ability to navigate through the challenges with grace and determination. When we view challenges through this lens, we begin to see them not as something to fear, but as opportunities to grow stronger, wiser, and more resilient. Each challenge we face builds our character and refines our skills. It's through overcoming adversity that we realize how much potential we have within ourselves. These moments are not just tests of endurance. They are invitations to stretch beyond our comfort zone to learn and to evolve. In the end, it is often the challenges that shape us the most, that reveal to us what we are truly capable of. Without challenges, we might never discover our true strength or the depths of our resilience. These experiences push us to dig deeper, to rise higher, and to become the person we are meant to be. Belief is one of the most powerful forces in shaping our reality. It is the foundation upon which we build our lives, and it governs the way we perceive the world, ourselves, and our potential. What we believe, whether consciously or unconsciously, has a profound impact on the choices we make, the actions we take, and the experiences we attract. Our beliefs act as a lens through which we view life, and they influence everything from our level of confidence to our ability to overcome obstacles. When we believe in ourselves, in the possibilities before us, and in the greater purpose of our journey, we begin to unlock a vast potential within us. Belief shapes our perception of reality. The stories we tell ourselves about who we are, what we are capable of, and what is possible create the framework through which we interpret the world. If we believe that we are limited, that we are unworthy, or that success is reserved for others, we will unconsciously act in ways that align with those beliefs. On the other hand, if we believe that we are capable, that we are deserving of success, and that the universe is full of opportunities, we begin to act from a place of empowerment. Our beliefs give us the courage to step outside of our comfort zones, to take risks, and to push past the fear that often holds us back. The way we think about ourselves and our potential directly influences the way we show up in the world. One of the most transformative shifts we can make is to change the beliefs that no longer serve us. Often we carry limiting beliefs from our past, beliefs instilled by society, family, or experiences that have shaped the way we see ourselves. These beliefs can act as chains holding us back from stepping into our full potential. However, the good news is that beliefs are not fixed. They can be changed. By recognizing and challenging the beliefs that limit us, we open up the possibility of creating new ones, beliefs that empower us, that align with our true potential, and that propel us forward toward our goals. Belief also has the power to shape the experiences we attract into our lives. When we believe that we are worthy of abundance, joy, and success, we begin to align ourselves with those experiences. The energy we emit through our thoughts, emotions, and actions is magnetic. Positive beliefs attract positive experiences, while limiting beliefs attract experiences that reinforce our doubts and fears. By changing our beliefs to reflect the abundance and possibilities available to us, we begin to attract opportunities, people, and circumstances that align with that new mindset. Furthermore, belief fuels perseverance. Life is not without its challenges, and there will be times when things don't go according to plan. In these moments, it is our belief that keeps us going. When we truly believe that everything is happening for our highest good, even the setbacks become part of the process. Belief gives us the strength to keep moving forward, even when the path seems unclear or difficult. It encourages us to trust the journey, to remain focused on the bigger picture, and to stay committed to our vision no matter what obstacles arise. Ultimately, belief is the key that unlocks the door to our potential. It empowers us to break free from limitations, to embrace our worthiness, and to step into a life of possibility. The more we believe in ourselves and the journey we are on, the more we align with the abundant opportunities that are available to us. Belief is the foundation upon which everything else is built. It is the driving force behind our actions, our successes, and the fulfillment of our deepest desires. Our circumstances are often viewed as the defining factors of our lives. We tend to think that where we are today is a result of what we've been through or what we're currently experiencing. We may feel trapped by the events of our past or weighed down by the present moment, believing that these circumstances are beyond our control. However, this perspective overlooks a powerful truth. Everything that happens in our lives is part of a divine plan that is unfolding in ways we cannot always see. Our circumstances are not random. They are pieces of a much larger puzzle designed to help us grow, evolve, and align with our true purpose. It can be easy to fall into the trap of believing that the challenges we face are signs of failure or that our current situation defines us. When things don't go the way we hope, we often start to question our worth, our abilities, and the direction we're heading. But when we step back and view our circumstances as part of a greater plan, we begin to shift our perspective. Instead of seeing obstacles as setbacks, we can see them as stepping stones, important experiences that are shaping us for something greater. What may appear to be a difficulty or a challenge is often the very thing that leads to our transformation, pushing us to develop the qualities we need to succeed. God's plan for us is not always immediately apparent. We may find ourselves in situations that seem uncertain, unfair, or even painful. These moments are natural parts of the human experience, and they are designed to help us expand and grow. Each circumstance we face is an opportunity to learn and evolve, even if it doesn't feel that way in the moment. When we can trust that these experiences are part of a divine orchestration, we begin to approach them with a sense of acceptance rather than resistance. We stop fighting against our circumstances and start embracing the lessons they bring. As we begin to understand that our circumstances are not random, but part of a larger plan, we can start to align our thoughts and actions with this higher perspective. Instead of allowing our circumstances to define us, we begin to redefine our relationship with them. We stop giving them power over our emotions and decisions, and instead, we become active participants in the process of transformation. Every situation, no matter how challenging, becomes an opportunity to strengthen our faith, trust the process, and move forward with purpose. Recognizing that our circumstances are part of a greater plan also helps us let go of the need to control everything. We often feel the pressure to make things happen on our own, to force outcomes, and to try to control every detail of our lives. But when we trust that everything is unfolding as it should, we release the burden of trying to control every aspect of our journey. This doesn't mean that we sit back and do nothing. It means we act from a place of trust, knowing that the universe is working with us, not against us. When we embrace the idea that our circumstances are part of a divine plan, we open ourselves to the possibility of miracles, synchronicities, and opportunities that we may have missed otherwise. We begin to see the interconnectedness of all things and recognize that everything we experience is leading us exactly where we need to go. Even when life doesn't make sense, even when it feels like things are falling apart, we can trust that this is part of the unfolding of our greater purpose. By aligning with this understanding, we release the need for certainty and allow ourselves to be guided toward what is meant for us. Trusting the timing of your journey can be one of the most freeing and enlightening shifts you make in your life. In a world where instant gratification and quick results are constantly encouraged, waiting for things to unfold at their own pace can feel uncomfortable or even frustrating. We live in a time when everything is expected to happen quickly. Whether it's career progression, personal achievements, or the fulfillment of our deepest desire. However, the truth is that the timing of our journey is far beyond our control, and trusting that timing is a key to peace and fulfillment. The journey of life unfolds according to a rhythm that we cannot always predict or dictate. Sometimes things seem to happen in perfect harmony, and other times everything seems to take longer than we expect or hope for. During these times of waiting, it's easy to feel discouraged, as if we are falling behind or not doing enough. However, when we trust the timing of our journey, we come to understand that the process is just as important as the outcome. The lessons, experiences, and growth that occur during the waiting periods are essential for preparing us for what is to come. Many of us feel the pressure to achieve certain milestones by a specific age or point in our lives, often influenced by societal expectations or comparisons to others. These pressures can create stress, self-doubt, and frustration. But when we let go of these external timelines and trust that we are exactly where we need to be, we free ourselves from this anxiety. We start to realize that the right opportunities, relationships, and experiences will come at the right time, not when we force them or when we think we are supposed to have them, but when the conditions are right for us to receive them fully and without resistance. The beauty of trusting the timing of your journey is that it allows you to embrace the present moment. Instead of focusing on what's next or what's missing, you begin to appreciate where you are. You start to see that every moment holds value, every experience has meaning, and every delay or detour is part of the greater plan. In these moments, you're being shaped, prepared, and guided to the next phase of your life. The impatience that often arises when things aren't happening on our timeline begins to dissolve as we realize that rushing or forcing things won't bring the fulfillment we desire. Trusting the timing of your journey also requires letting go of control. It means understanding that we do not have the power to dictate when things will happen, but we do have the power to trust the process. We may not understand why certain things are taking longer than we expected, or why certain doors seem closed, but we can trust that everything is happening as it should. In these moments of uncertainty, we can cultivate patience and faith, knowing that what is meant for us will come in divine timing. This trust allows us to stay grounded and centered, even when the road ahead is unclear. In the end, trusting the timing of your journey is an act of faith in yourself and the universe. It's knowing that the twists, turns, and pauses along the way are not signs of failure, but signs of preparation and alignment. Life is not a race, and the most important moments often come when we least expect them. By trusting in the timing of our journey, we open ourselves up to the beauty and wisdom that each stage brings, and we allow ourselves to experience the fullness of life without the weight of rushing ahead. Living in alignment with your values is one of the most powerful ways to create a life that feels meaningful, authentic, and fulfilling. Values are the guiding principles that shape our decisions, our actions, and our interactions with the world around us. They represent what truly matters to us, the deep-seated beliefs that drive us to pursue certain goals, and the things we are willing to stand for. When we live in alignment with these values, we experience a sense of inner peace, clarity, and purpose. Our lives begin to reflect the things that are truly important to us, and we feel more connected to our true selves. The first step in living in alignment with our values is understanding what they are. Often, we are so busy with the demands of daily life that we don't take the time to reflect on what we truly believe in. We may have adopted values from society, family, or culture, but those may not necessarily align with our authentic selves. To live in alignment with your values, it's essential to take a step back and ask yourself what truly matters. What are the principles that you hold dear? What kind of life do you want to create? What do you want to stand for? Identifying your core values is a deeply personal process, and it requires introspection and honesty. Once you've identified your values, the next step is to evaluate how closely your current life reflects them. Are your actions, your relationships, and your choices in harmony with your values? Sometimes we may find that we are living in ways that are out of alignment with what we truly believe in. For example, we may be working in a job that doesn't align with our passion, or we may be engaging in relationships that don't reflect the respect and kindness we value. In these situations, it's important to recognize the disconnect and take steps to realign with your values. This may require making difficult decisions, such as leaving a job or ending a relationship, but the rewards of living authentically are far greater than the temporary discomfort of change. Living in alignment with your values also means making conscious choices in each moment. It's easy to be swept along by the expectations of others, by external pressures, or by the demands of life. But when we act from a place of integrity, staying true to our values, we begin to feel more empowered and grounded. Each decision we make, whether big or small, becomes an opportunity to affirm what we believe in. We choose actions that reflect our highest good, that honor our principles, and that contribute to the life we want to create. When we live in alignment with our values, we experience greater satisfaction and fulfillment. We are no longer chasing external markers of success, but instead, we are creating a life that feels true to who we are. This alignment brings a sense of peace because we are not constantly battling against our inner truth. we begin to feel more connected to ourselves, to others, and to the world around us. We become more resilient in the face of challenges because we know that we are acting in accordance with our deepest beliefs. Moreover, living in alignment with our values enables us to attract people, opportunities, and experiences that are in harmony with our true self. When we live authentically, we begin to radiate an energy that attracts the right people into our lives, people who share our values and who support us in our journey. We create a life that is filled with meaning and connection, grounded in the things that matter most. Living in alignment with your values is not just about feeling good. It's about creating a life that reflects the deepest, most authentic parts of who you are. Forgiveness is one of the most powerful acts we can engage in, not just for others, but for ourselves. It is easy to think of forgiveness as something we do for the person who has wronged us. But in reality, forgiveness is a gift we give to ourselves. Holding on to anger, resentment, or hurt keeps us tethered to the past, preventing us from moving forward with peace and clarity. When we forgive, we release the emotional weight that has been holding us back and free ourselves from the burden of carrying old wounds. Forgiveness allows us to step into a new chapter of our lives, unencumbered by the pain and negativity that once defined our experiences. The act of forgiveness does not mean condoning or excusing the actions of others. It does not mean that we forget what happened or that we allow the person to continue to hurt us. Forgiveness is not about reconciliation or restoring the relationship to what it once was. Rather, it is about choosing to let go of the emotions and thoughts that keep us tied to that painful experience. It is an internal process of releasing the hold that anger, hurt, or resentment has over us. It's about making the conscious decision to no longer let someone else's actions dictate our emotional state or our peace of mind. Forgiveness is essential for healing. When we hold on to grudges, we are essentially allowing the past to continue to affect our present. The emotional energy spent on anger and resentment keeps us stuck in a cycle of negativity, preventing us from healing and moving forward. Forgiving someone is a way of reclaiming our power. By choosing to forgive, we take back control of our emotional well-being and stop allowing the past to define us. It is a way of freeing ourselves from the chains of bitterness and pain, allowing us to embrace the present moment with a sense of peace and clarity. However, forgiveness is not always easy. The pain caused by betrayal, injustice, or hurt can run deep, and it can be difficult to let go of those emotions. But holding on to those feelings only hurts us in the long run. It is important to remember that forgiveness is a process, not a one-time event. It may take time, and it may require us to work through our emotions before we can fully forgive. The key is to be patient with ourselves and allow the healing process to unfold naturally. Every step we take toward forgiveness is a step toward releasing the emotional burdens that weigh us down. Forgiving others is also a way to honor ourselves. When we forgive, we acknowledge that we deserve peace, that we deserve to be free from the emotional turmoil that comes with holding on to hurt. We give ourselves permission to move on and to step into a life that is not defined by past pain or unresolved conflict. This process of self-liberation allows us to cultivate compassion, not only for others, but also for ourselves. It encourages us to understand that we are all imperfect and we all make mistakes. Just as we hope for grace and understanding when we falter, we must extend that same compassion to others. Furthermore, forgiveness opens the door to deeper connection and growth. When we forgive, we free ourselves from the constraints of anger and bitterness, which allows us to experience greater joy, peace, and love. It enables us to move forward with a sense of lightness and openness, allowing new opportunities, experiences, and relationships to flow into our lives. Ultimately, forgiveness is not just an act of letting go of the past, but an invitation to create a future that is rooted in love, healing, and emotional freedom.